see if that's come on. Okay, let me see. Okay, I guess this. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, that's good. We got that taken care of. Part of the problem would have been that I wasn't logged in. And if I'm not logged in, then it might. All right, so now I need to edit to Sunday brunch. Sorry about this, people. Welcome to my world, as they say. And then we were doing Hope for Pause if people wanted to donate. Sorry. Other than that, everything is good. We're starting a little late. Okay, what happened to my fundraiser? I'll find it. Okay. My apologies for getting here late, darlings. Okay. Now I'm going to go back. That's taken care of. Live. Okay. Taking care of a couple more things. I know. Well, you guys didn't know where I was anyway. So now I'm taking time to fix it all. While people find the stream, let's check the connection. Oh, this connection is just wunderbar. I wasn't logged in. That's what was going in. I was not logged in, and there were a couple of other things. Yes, the computers. But you know, I'm looking at myself. I put a little bit of makeup on. You know, I'm getting into this whole queen thing. Oh, right. So, as I had mentioned, now the pen is gone. Oh, this is so like Whimsy. You see, I just wish that Chuck was with me 24 hours a day, because he would be there with the pen. You know how many times Chuck has been there with the pen in real life, but Chuck is not here right now. The computer is here to remind us that we are not in charge of anything, my loves. We are not in charge of anything. And when we have nothing to lose, we fear nothing. Yes. How is everyone? We're finally landing, as they say. Yes. So much to talk about. So much I want to talk about in today's brunch. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Joanna Carson. Hi, Terry Courts. Thank you for being members. Everybody, much gratitude if you have decided to put money into supporting this channel. I just want to say thank you so much. And Dylan, thank you. TR, Renee, Ruth Pearl, hello. Geocosmic Valentine, good to see you here. Debbie Brady, hello, welcome. Thank you for your help. So if you have decided to support the channel, thank you so much. Much appreciation. Special gratitude also to all the benefactors. 1111, thank you so much. Lisa, Ginny, Mary, thank you for being benefactors. I never want anyone to feel that I take them for granted. I know all of your names, and I'm much appreciated. Also want to give gratitude to the people who have decided to moderate today. Geocosmic Valentine, Debbie Brady, Dream Coach, Visionary, she does it all, manager, talent manager, etc. Thank you. K-Travel, thank you for monitoring today. Hopefully Joel Tilson, I don't see him here yet. He is usually the floor director. He makes sure everyone gets their questions in. We're going to go ahead while people are finding the stream. We're going to do the Empath's prayer, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I took some Claritin last night, and it looks like it's working. So much gratitude to the persons who recommended the Claritin. All right, let's do the Empath's prayer. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. Yeah, I was going to say, make sure to bring, to mail in your books if you would like to be part of our Book of the Month Club, if you are an independent writer. And we've certainly been gifted some amazing books. Kim Hines, we just finished Wingo Fly. What a beautiful, beautiful author she is indeed. Hi, Joyce Beatrice. Thank you for your help. So there were a couple things I thought we would open up with. I had said, I think on the stream that, I don't know if you guys got it, that I like 1440. Y'all know 1440. It comes in your Gmail. And if you're just too busy and you don't have time for all of that, you can just go to 1440 and you get the news, and it's cool. So it looks like the first thing that they're talking about has to do with the labor market. Did you all hear about this? The labor market is sizzling. I felt things would stabilize by the spring. I feel like things will stabilize by the spring, and many of the refugees and immigrants are going back to their own countries. They don't want to stay here. Just avoiding, they're just fleeing war. Research shows in some cases it's 50% of people that are refugees return back to their home country when things stabilize. 50%, but I would predict that it's going to be much higher, because when the new contracts come in to rebuild South America, a lot of US contractors will go in. And when the US contractors go in, Americans will be getting jobs for the rebuild of South America. I mean, it was an attempt to, we've talked about the fact that it was an attempt to weaken or destroy weak democracies. And we've talked about the fact that I didn't understand. It was in 2017 when I saw Putin focusing on South America. And quite frankly, I'm not, contrary to what you folks think, some person who's like some geopolitical genius. No, I do the remotes. I see the attention of the target, and then I attempt to understand why is the target spending so much time in South America. And it appeared that the reason they were spending so much time in South America had to do with the drug slave trade and cryptocurrency, which had become quite valuable, and it had toppled the economy. So what had happened is, based on the remote, to be clear, what happened to South America was that South America is part of the old slave routes. And so what they were doing is they were paying each other, the slave mongers, with crypto. And they were moving people and drugs, right? So that was money that was being taken out of South American economy, right? And instead the economy was going towards crime, right? And strengthening the people who had built the coin, right? Which was Eastern Europe, China, North Korea. That's who we think may be the creators of crypto, right? Not some Japanese guy or whatever the fake thing is. Now, Elon Musk owns 1/3 of all the Bitcoin in current circulation. But who's the second biggest owner? The feds, the FBI, Interpol. So we've got a bit of a standoff. So when I talked about mentors, I didn't mean that I like everything a mentor does. A mentor is somebody that can inspire you to be a better person, right? So I personally am very drawn to Stoics, right? So when we think about Stoics, those are people that have had very, very difficult things happen to them, but they never lose sight of their vision, right? So one of those people is Elon Musk. But I also really love Ryan Holiday, who is also out of Austin. I think they're friends. And this is what I consider to be healthy masculine energy. And I do need to be around healthy masculine energy. So I appreciate this stuff. You know, it's, even though Stoics originally were women, but so what I like about Elon Musk, Ryan Holiday, even though I don't like Elon Musk politics, and we could talk about that, I'm talking about learning from a mentor, even if you don't agree with the mentor, right? So Ryan Holiday, who does the Daily Stoic. But what I've learned from these two individuals and what I'm drawn to is this idea that it starts with self-respect. Do you respect yourself? Because if you love and respect yourself, then you've already worked a lot out. If you love and respect yourself, then no matter how much money you have, your home is pleasant, right? Yeah, but I'm weird. You know, he's whimsical, I'm whimsical. I think he's wrong on immigration. I think that, I've been open about where I disagree with him, but what he teaches me, what I see and what I learn from him as a mentor is the only person that's going to take you seriously is you, right? People thought he was crazy. People thought he was nuts, right? Building a rocket to Mars. you know, he looked at the data. He said, well, you know, it'll be either be a CO2 gas chamber, or it'll be a mega volcano, or it'll be an asteroid or comet, but something's going to destroy this planet eventually. Do we have an exit plan? So he just started doing it, right? And people thought he was crazy, but he just kept fighting for his dream. Now, you may disagree with his dream. Let's save the Earth from a chain reaction from a mega volcano. Honey, there's no saving that. Or from a comet? No, honey, it's all over. So, what I respect about him as an archetype for me is, first off, it's this idea of, do you respect yourself? This is what I'm talking about an archetype, okay? Him, Ryan Holiday as well. Ryan Holiday, if you don't like Musk, think of Ryan Holiday, because Ryan Holiday is a cool guy, okay? He voted for Obama and Biden. Relax, it's okay. You can like Ryan. He does butcher cows, though. He has an organic home farm. So if you're not okay with that, you might have a problem with Ryan. But anyway, you've got to start with self-respect. Thing starts. Oh, is Musk? I don't know anything about Musk eugenics, but that makes. I think that he thinks smart people should have children, but lately he's been saying things that are really good. You know, he says these controversial things, and then you sit into the hour-long conversation and he says something entirely different, and then you wonder, why are you tweeting something that's he was interviewing a younger Democratic campaign strategist, and it dawned on me that this was a guy from USC who worked in Simi Valley. This is how I think of Elon Musk, that hung around with Berkeley girls, annoyed by them. You know, like that. I was getting a picture, but he was interviewing a guy who was like 45, who was running for Democratic Party. And the point that Elon Musk was making is that he studies brain health, and we should not after 80, you have a 50% chance of your brain being degenerated. And so, and it rapidly decreases in function with every passing year. It's almost like exponentially deteriorates, right? So, I thought those were valid arguments, but yeah. And so in the interview, he was talking about how important immigration was and how you don't have to be rich. And he's not saying that a person should be rich. And yeah, he grew up great, but his family lost everything. His dad had a breakdown. He only had $2,000. And it was like, all of a sudden, it was this really cool thing about, no, bring them in. We just got to keep the terrorists out and give everybody a starting wage. Like, well, this guy sounds like a liberal. Now he says, so I'm wondering what all of this tweeting is about, because it's almost like he's manipulating you to get into the argument, and then you go into the debate, and he's a registered Democrat, and he's looking for a younger candidate that's, and he's talking open immigration, but, you know, it's just like, what are we talking about? So I think that's part of the mystique of this character, is that he is an agitator, getting people to agitate and have that conversation while simultaneously kind of moving around the board. The point I'm trying to make is that the one thing I learned from him is self-respect. That you know, one of the things that he said is, stop caring about what people say about you. So they don't like you. So they don't like Joel Tilson. I can't imagine anybody would not love Joel Tilson, but or BJ Esoteric Musings. Can't imagine that either. Or Kieran. There's our beautiful Kieran. The point is that It all starts from self-respect. Do you respect yourself? Do you respect yourself? Sit with that. Sit with that. And if you respect yourself, how much do you respect yourself? What's the difference between you and a queen or a king? I'm not talking about I'm better than you are. I'm talking about an internal sense of self, right? What are you willing to die for? What are you willing to walk headfirst into the bullets for? And say, screw it, I can't be bought, I can't be sold. You can't bribe me. I know what I live for. I know what I stand for. So those were the things that I respected about this individual, right? Not that his tweets aren't annoying or whatever. So, or my strong stance on crypto, I'm strongly opposed to it because I believe it's one of the things that toppled South America, right? And it's toppling the US. You want to help America invest in US companies with high dividend yields. That's how it's always been, and that's how it will always be. And then reinvest your dividends. That's my personal opinion, because crypto will come and crypto will go. It has nothing, it doesn't offer anything. I'm all about index funds. Blue chip index funds, if you want to also invest in a little research, go for it. But what is crypto shorting for as a remote viewer? It's when you talk people up into investing in a weaker coin, and then the coin goes up, and then you pull short, you sell it before everybody else is, and then you take that money and you put it into Bitcoin, which is the more stable coin. And if you keep doing that over time, what happens to the amount of Bitcoin you have? Well, you amass quite a bit of Bitcoin, don't you? And then theoretically, you could topple a government, right? If the government currency is so weak that everybody is paying in Bitcoin and you control the Bitcoin, then you're king of the world, aren't you? So we have a dangerous situation with Bitcoin. And now we have Bitcoin piracy scams. And I know that, the feds and Interpol are just shutting this whole thing down. But I think it was a way to weaken democracies. And I think it's very dangerous. But getting back to what I learned from that particular archetype, it's respect yourself, carry yourself with respect, don't care what other people think about you, and just focus on the quality of your work. And if you don't know what your mission is, you have to really pray hard on it. And then you must respect yourself enough to put the time into it. And not waste your time on petty things like, well, what did Joe say? When's Jane going to call? When's Paul going to call? Where is Tony? Oh, my Antonio. Right? Who cares? Be glad that he left so you can get some work done, right? He'll come around, right? He knows what's good. She knows what's good. They know what's good, right? No, focus on your vision. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have a little fun, but respect your work. Ryan Holiday. Yes, check out Ryan Holiday. So love and respect yourself and carry yourself with love and respect. I've always talked about that. Walk with kings and queens, but never lose the common touch. And take yourself seriously. And that's coming from a girl named Whimsy. Okay? Take yourself seriously in a not so serious sort of way. Be able to laugh. But no, with discipline and hard work and self-respect come great things. And demand that others treat you like the freaking human being that you are. And treat others that way. And if they can't get with that program, then they are an obstacle to the cure. Because the only reason that we're in this matrix is to create heaven on earth. Okay? None of this Armageddon crap. It's not what Revelations was about. It was a repentance poem from a guy who had been a psychopath. But that's a whole other conversation. The point is that we are here to create heaven on earth, and we are to extend it into infinity, not blow each other up. So, yeah, love and respect yourself, love and respect your vision. And take chances, stop caring what other people think. And if you love and respect yourself, you will put time into your research, and you will have fun with it, right? All right, we've done the empath prayer, and now we're going to do the community reading with the cards. Did you all like the remote view for today? We don't have to agree with the people we choose to be mentored by or inspired by. We don't have to agree with them about anything. Rather, when we see somebody who's highly successful in some area of their lives, we think, well, what can I learn from this individual, right? All right, the community reading. Y'all having a good time? If y'all having a good time and you'd like to donate to our cause, we're raising money for rescued and abused animals with Hope for Paws. Oh, thank you, Geocosmic. And you don't surround yourself with naysayers. You don't surround yourself with cynics and people that say, man, that's a stupid idea. Why would you want to hang around with somebody like that who drags you down? Don't hang around with people that drag you down. I'm not saying be in denial. You've got to be able to take criticism and blow up a lot of rockets, right? But yes, I teach every Wednesday. I think we're doing swords. We're talking about the swords. We'll get more into it. I hope to be finished in a couple of weeks because I want to get back to the remote viewing class. Yeah, if people are saying that's a stupid idea, you ain't going to do nothing, your music sucks, that's not healthy criticism. On the other hand, if you're paying somebody as a music instructor and you're singing and they say, okay, it's a little off pitch, let's take it, and they're giving you constructive how to hit that note, that's a very different type of criticism. So we have to be able, if we want to master anything, to be able to work hard, continue to learn, not put blinders on our education. Well, you know how often I hear people say, well, I refuse to listen, even though I show them the data that Trump had no future and that they were going to go with Nikki Haley. And that's exactly what's happening on Fox News. They're laughing in his face. He ain't what he used to be, right? Because they've been told by the people with the money, get rid of Trump, we're going with Nikki Haley. Where's the money? The money is riding with Nikki Haley. So at this time, oh, thank you, Kathleen, for the $50 donation to Hope for Paws. Much gratitude. At this time, there's a lot of crazy going on, all right? People are getting desperate. They're getting possessive. They're feeling like they're not in control. I think Putin's days are numbered, right? I've talked about that Putin's days are numbered. And I've talked about the fact that water is the best, water, you can't contain it. It slips through your fingers. Right? It's the bridge over troubled water, right? So during times of war, be like the King of Cups. That means you don't have to be in the middle of every battle. Well, I got an opinion. Yeah, you do. And so do I. But Is this really going to help you with your mission? So they're saying that when other people are exhausting themselves, they would advise you instead to just slip away and go into, be neutral, just be like water. Page of Swords, the truth is coming out at this time. The Crossing card, the Two of Pentacles, money shifting. I really hope they can shut this cryptocurrency nightmare down. What is above? Scholarship, be in your scholarship, study, learn, discern. Very good, Joe Tai. Discernment. Now is the time of acquiring knowledge. This is the month of February, by the way, when we hunker down. Hermit, I always associate Hermit with the month of February. Cloth shoes in the snow. Wow, can you imagine how cold they were back then? The Fool, be open-minded. The Fool is open and receptive to learn. Look at this action reaction. The Fool is open to learn. Don't be gullible, but be open to learn. There's an optimism coming to the world, a spiritual growth. You're growing in a sense that you now understand your function in this world, to be in joy and to spread that joy to the rest of the world. See, an emissary of peace, encouraging others in relationship with you, creativity and abundance. Your hope and fear that you have restrained yourself too much or that you are too constrained. Take one problem at a time, from the least to the most, and one by one untackle your restraints. Your final outcome is you dream. You dream. You dream a lot. Don't settle for things that are beneath you. Continue to work on your skill set and on mastering your abilities, and only focus on people that are going to help you get to your goal. Yeah. Time is now. That is your reading. Well, it's like me. I can sit around kvetching about my ex, my marriage from 10 years, or I can say, good God, girl. It's like I can sit and study how to make herbal tinctures better. Wouldn't you guys rather I be happy sipping a cup of herbal tea, reading my favorite books, petting my cat, learning how to make beautiful tinctures to heal the world? Yes, that's precisely how you want Whimsy to be. You don't want me cranky and sending out cranky energy to the world because of I can't let something go from the past. And the same is true for you. What's going to make you more powerful and more effective in the world? You must break the cycle of helplessness, right? No one can save us. We must save ourselves. And we must fight very hard to save ourselves. Yes. And we must avoid anybody who doesn't believe in us. Yeah. Healthy criticism, well, like a university professor who you respect would be an example. There's such a thing as healthy criticism, and then there's abuse where somebody's just cutting you down. And hopefully everybody can know the difference, right? Well, thank you, Debbie. Debbie published the Impasse Prayer. Looks like Kieran had a very nice Ooh, that smoothie sounds really delicious, Karen. Gosh, dang. Yummy, yum, yum. All right, so first question is coming from Joel Tilson. Let's blitz, blitz, blitz away. I believe I have the order. Do I have the order to blitz, blitz, blitz away? I don't know. Yeah, I like the sacred masculine. There's some nice energy men can give off when they're in a good place, right? I'm all for it. It's just that people want the world to be a kinder place. Yes. Okay, let's see here. Is Venezuela changing? There's much heartbreak. Yeah, the money went to the gangsters, right? The money, it weakened their currency, right? It's the same thing is happening with America. They're attempting to weaken the US dollar and weaken our democracy, right? Put it in crypto. And then what happens when you put it in crypto? They short you and then they run off with your money. They centralize it into Bitcoin, which they're fighting to have be legitimate, but then close down the others eventually, right? Wink, wink. And Ethereum. Those are the two. So they short and then transfer the money to, and then they just keep doing that over and over again. And by shorting the crappy coins, they amass more and more of the legitimate coins. And then if you time it really well, everybody will pour their stuff into the crappy coins. And then you'll short when Bitcoin and Ethereum are low, and then you'll make even more money. And then you're the king of crypto, right? And then you can topple governments, you can do whatever you like, right? So we have a great deal of trauma in that part of the world, and things are ending. There's a great deal of stress and much confusion as well. There appears to be help coming in from another part of the world. There's betrayal here, which means that it could be secret forces are assassinating or killing the enemy. It could be that US or Western allies have come in and taken out. Hopes and fears that the global response, it's the crypto. It's the money went to the gangs and the gangs used it. Look at this, more war lay ahead. I'm sorry to say, more war lay ahead. I think North Korea also might be behind it. There's much grief here. It was the crypto. It was the crypto. Yeah. Crypto did this. Crypto is toppling weak democracies. It's also toppling the democracies of Eastern Europe. We will not be able to conquer this until we get control of the means of commerce. You know, we can't get control of this until we get control over how they're moving their money. Because the underworld will always find another way to barter. If they shut down Bitcoin, they'll slip it over to another type of coin, and then take that coin, and then when the feds are gone, slip it to. I mean, it's very dangerous and difficult. We have some attempts to help South America, but we're in serious trouble if we can't get control over this type of coin problem. And yeah, it's destroying the country. I don't know what the Monroe Doctrine is. Forgive me on that. So The Monroe Doctrine. United States foreign policy that opposes European colonialism in the Western Hemisphere. It holds that any intervention in political affairs of the Americas by foreign powers against the United States. I don't know. Gosh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. I hope the earth is being reset. Well, I believe that if Elon Musk is taken out by the feds, it's not going to be because of Twitter and democracy. It's going to be because of cryptocurrency, because there's been such an aggressive response by the feds to shut it down. And yeah. Well, that's the great thing about lab-grown meat. I mean, what people don't understand is that lab-grown meat is going to be healthier and you're going to have less disease because you're going to get the protein without the fat. So it's going to be the leanest. And it's going to be sterile. So you're not going to have salmonella. So, I mean, the truth of the matter is I can't wait for lab-grown meat because it's going to be a heck of a lot healthier than than killing animals, which is disease-ridden. There's COVID. Oh my God, there's all kinds of things. So that's all going to be over with lab-grown meat. Okay. Gladys McGarry. Oh, I'll check that one out. Thank you. Didn't know about that. Oh, Doggy Coin. Yeah, it's a dog, right? Yeah, so that was, and now XAI, right? XAI is to, I don't know. I just think that invest in companies that produce good products and have a good, strong dividend and then reinvest those. That to me is an economy that makes sense. Oh, yeah, plant flowers. Yeah, I like that. I like butterflies. Yeah, the military forces are ousting the leaders of Venezuela. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. America protecting South America in the 1800s. Interesting. Yeah, the Texas dispute, so 1 million migrants, where are they going to live? We don't have enough housing. These are legitimate. The housing rent is going through the roof. We've got a serious housing shortage. These are legitimate concerns. Never too late to dream. Thank you for being a member of Elders and Empaths and Healers. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Let's take a look at how this is going to end. Oh, you're a cattle producer? Yeah, but it's going to be hard for you to continue to produce because of the environmental changes, Sarah. So if you're willing to take a hit, I mean, the cattle industry right now, you guys have taken a 3% hit, I just read, because of it's hard to maintain the industry with the environmental problems, Sarah. So I don't know where you're at, but if you can continue to make a living, go for it. Texas border dispute. You know what? I'm going to switch to the Lenormand. I feel like I want the Lenormand for this one. What's up with Texas? Well, they're at the border. And John Quincy Adams wrote it. How nice. Okay, the border. There's heartbreak at the border. Good luck will come to the border. Well, I told Mr. Musk, why don't you guys just implement Oasis at the border? Loyalty is coming. They're going to build homes for them. Some people could die if they don't work quickly because of the number of refugees. There's a feeling that they have to come now because they don't know who the next president is. They're afraid that Trump will be the next president, and that's why they're rushing in now, because the door is open now with Biden. But there are still people dying along the way. It's become a global crisis, and global people like the UN, etc., are going in to deal with the crisis. You have the writers coming. Yeah. It's interesting. What do you guys think? Yeah, coming to help. You know, it looks like with a stork coming in that they may start also, ships also, they're starting to move people. It looks like they're going to start emergency food aid and drones to certain areas as well. They're also putting up emergency shelters. Oh, maybe Mr. Musk is going to implement Oasis, because this is looking like they're coming. It's quadrupling from everywhere, from all these toppled weak democracies, from all this environmental catastrophe. And so you have over the heartbreak a stork. They come flying in. Then you also have good luck over the ships. So this could be people leaving from the islands like Haiti. A loyal dog comes to help. The skith is like work, you know. So people are coming to help, trying to create shelters as fast as possible, but there are dark clouds. The weather, you know, the rain, death, people dying still. It's a maze of bureaucracy that they're trying to move past. But it's a global crisis. We knew that environmental global warming was going to cause this, but now it's hitting all at once. We need to be honest about what's happening. This is global warming, and this is the unrest of democracies pushed by foreign governments with cryptocurrency, which fed criminal elements, and that's how they were able to weaken their currencies and topple these governments. It's a hell of a remote. I don't know how we can translate that to the rest of the world. Maybe you're better at that than I am. But that's basically what we see happening in South America and in basically every country where East is going to war with West. It's a very effective way to topple the West. Well, you know, border deal, Joel, I would say with those cards, it's more that we must, as the international world must address the border crisis, because I mean, it's this damn crypto. I'm telling you, we've got to shut it down. America just took another 400 million, confiscated a Bitcoin, etc. They shut down another pirating scheme. I think it was yesterday. Then another 2 point something billion was confiscated, Bitcoin piracy out of Germany. The people just turned themselves. I mean, but now they're mining. Now the original creator, who could be North Korea, I don't know, has supposedly woken up and is making more Bitcoin. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and it all is getting linked back to the mafia and the East and the toppling, unfortunately, of these democracies. Yeah. All right, switching things up. Joel wants to know about the flooding in California. I'm sure you do too. He usually keeps us on our toes. As you know, they just had the Pineapple Express come in. Are we going to start seeing global warming causing serious ecological changes in California in the coming years? I think so. Is it going to turn into a wetlands? Well, it used to be a wetlands with salmon and bears. Now the salmon and bears are leaving, so maybe we'll bring the salmon and bears back. Who knows? The greening of California, we can see the tree. Everything's going green. The CO2 is too high, so what is that doing? It's causing everything to green, like a greenhouse, because the CO2 levels are so high, which causes more things to grow. So the earth is seeking to balance itself. So, there's plenty of CO2. So all green, 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 green. I see green. I see green in California, Arizona, New Mexico, California. I see the ecosystem changing. The economies are collapsing of the world. You know, that's why old-fashioned banking. Just stick to old-fashioned banking. Major changes are happening. Major changes. You know, there's new security coming to the border. There's new security. Flooding in California, green, the economy crashing, major changes. And look at this. Interesting. The man who looks or observes. It's interesting that that's coming up when we're talking about the economy, because when we're talking about the greening of California and the flooding, because it's so closely linked to the economy. Look at this, good stars over California. I see new work in California. I do think there's a concern about a crash, but look at the skiff. It's like they are going to just work hard. Look at this anchor too. I really think the greening is what's going to strengthen. And also you've got a clover here. I think the rain could potentially be good for California with these cards. Yeah. Yeah, I think North Korea is very much involved in Bitcoin. I mean, it's just a slow, steady collapse of democracy everywhere. And it's just turning into chaos and death and no functioning democracies. And it's just terrifying. I mean, the the truth is we've got to really shut this puppy down. Well, Australia is another one, right? Australia is also vulnerable. All these alt-right putting their money into crypto. The alt-right are collapsing the governments. They're pulling, it's very dangerous. All right, thank you everyone for hanging with me. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, you can find the information below. Just go to Booksy. I think that's all I have for you. And be kind to all so that all can be kind to you too. We'll see you next time. Bye everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.